It's everywhere. Are we able to communicate with them? What can they teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. Now, your host of School Through Spirit, DeEtte Renee.
Hey everybody, welcome to School Through Spirit. I'm your host, DeEtte Renee, here on WLTK DB, and I'm super excited today because today is my live reading show with Missy Hart. Now, I do want to let you know for anybody that's out here, because not only are we doing this Facebook Live here, I'm trying something new today. I'm streaming this also on my DeEtte Renee Psychic Medium Facebook page. Okay, so but you're not going to see that on the show. It's separate on my part. So if you're coming through on my page, don't be asking no questions because I can't see them. You have to go to WLTKDB Facebook page to ask those questions, okay? I'm just trying to let everybody know we're here in case you didn't see us. So I just want to bring you through to let you know that School Through Spirit is a show that really is looking at different people of different spiritual modalities and others that Spirit has just really affected their lives. Now, every week I normally talk about a subject that Spirit has given me, and then I go on to my guest. But today we're gonna change this up, and I'm gonna go straight to Missy. So let's welcome Missy in.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Missy. How are you?
Good. I'm trying to share mine to my page.
Please do.
Right now.
I'm never successful at that. I suck at that. No matter how hard I try. I used to do like run two computers. The other computer's like slow. It doesn't work. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna literally just stream it up on my one page. So it's live streaming up to my psychic medium page, but I'm letting them know they have to go to WLTK to actually ask the questions. You know what I mean? So if you hear me say that a few times, that's what it is. I don't want people like, because obviously they don't mix together. On my page, Melissa Marie says, "You look so beautiful." Thank you, Melissa. I love you too.
You do look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Your hair looks fabulous.
Oh, this is permanent now. My daughter's so because I've had a perm. I'm an 80s girl. I'm an 80s. Let's face it. I'm 80s. And because this is my hair normally, super straight, like back in the day to have this hair, you had to have a flat iron, like the old fashioned, clothes. So I could never get anything. So if I put my hair in a ponytail, it would fall out. It was crazy. So I went to perms. And I've had a perm to the point where my son one day see me without a perm. He's like, "Mom, your hair's curly." And I'm like, not naturally. And which is really funny. So I got a hair up my butt a couple of weeks ago, and I told my daughter, I said, "Let's straighten it." And she was like, "Oh," and I loved it. And I gotta tell you about this. Because you'll be like, "You can't make this shit up." You can't. So after more than a week of straightening this curly hair that I've had, and it's been like blow dry, wash it, blow dry it, straighten it, wash it like every 2 days type of thing. And which I do naturally anyway, because my daughter yells at me if I wash my hair every day. She's a cosmetologist. But literally, I'm not kidding you. I said she had to perm it straight for me. It's like perm, and like the perm was in 6 weeks. I'm telling you, can you get rid of it? So hey Karen. So it was so funny because what literally happened was she goes, "Are you ready?" Like to go, "Are you ready?" So I looked out at my phone, and my phone's a military time, and it said 1444. And I said, "Well, hold on, I gotta look at those numbers. I gotta look at the angel numbers."
So it was 1444?
Yeah, which is all about transformations, going from one phase of life to another phase. I laughed so hard. I'm like, "You can't make this shit up." I mean, I looked at her, I'm like, "Ready? Let's do this."
There is something so like we used to do these pamper parties. And so it would be like, come pamper yourself. Get some, chakra work done, Reiki work done, get your nails done, get your hair done, something. Because when you look good and feel good, that energy transfers out into the world. And it's like one of the most amazing things.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was bartending
Yeah.
and waitressing.
Cool.
It was one of those like, it was probably the first time that I realized, well, that energy is truly everything. So like if I went to work feeling, I don't know, fat that day, or oh, I have a zit, just feeling not confident, girl, I
Right.
never made money. Like, I'm not kidding you. And I could be super busy and I didn't make a lot of money, but on the days that I felt good, that like
Mm-hmm.
poured out of my freaking being, it poured out of my pores, and I'd be rolling in the damn dough. Just
Yeah.
saying.
It's crazy. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So
Right. So like ladies,
I'm like looking around my room like I need cards just in case. I don't even know why. But
I got my cards too.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's like, you gotta feel good,
You
So
do.
I'm a firm believer if you want a day that you're just sitting around the house and you just want a chill, relaxed day, like the world leave me alone. Don't even get out of your pajamas, put your hair up in a messy bun, let the snot come out of your nose if you feel like it. Anything that will repulse anybody from wanting anything to do with you,
Just
just
do it.
wait there.
Okay. So the message to our audience right now, um, have a bum day. I have as many bum days as I can. Those are like my favorite days. Pajama days, my
Yeah,
absolute favorite. And
yeah.
then, pamper yourself. Like, you're worth it. You deserve it. And I don't know, go spend some money on yourself. I've been Black Friday shopping. Did you do the whole Black Friday shop?
Oh, honey, I've been Black Friday shopping since they started the deals. And then I turned around and we went Black Friday shopping. And then we did it again Saturday.
Well, I've been Black Friday shopping. We spent more money. I think Black Friday, like, I wind up shopping
I
not
mean,
so much for Christmas.
yeah,
Yes.
it's for I get other people too, don't get me wrong, but it's all about me. That's what it's about. That's my one day to buy what I want.
You cannot let these deals pass you by. Like, you have to do something good for you. You have
Exactly.
to.
Exactly. That's exactly it. I just
I
wanna re-say again because I have some people coming in. I got, like, my private stream up there. It's, like, up in
See,
the
now this is weird because I can't see the.
You have to go to WLTKDB. That's where he streams them. That's where it's actually live streamed to Facebook on the station's website. Do we get to ask questions? Yes, Marie. I would love to know if I should start an online. Yes, 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 Marie. I'm sorry. I just read it in the comments. I apologize. Melissa's a dear friend of mine. I love her dearly. Um, and Melissa, I was going to tell you that last night when me and you were chatting. I apologize. So Chad, if you want to put her question up really quick, if you don't mind, so the world can see. We're starting a little early, but it literally popped over. I seen it and it screamed at my head. Maybe I'll get people going to the right page too. But Melissa, yes, definitely online with your wigs. I think that's really huge, and for you to expand because I love the fact that you moved Melissa recently moved, or more recently moved to a smaller salon because she's a cosmetologist and she's freaking remarkable. Um, but she moved to and I just seen even with the smaller, I seen expansion of the smaller business within the smaller store. So I do believe that's with the wigs. For myself, I do see that as an extension of you and kind of going out. I'm also seeing you, I don't know if it's ornaments or something added to that with the hair that doesn't feel like hair, but something or ornamental actually being added to that. So I apologize about that, Missy. It just popped into my head like, boom, talk about this.
No, you're fine. So my chat is different. I'm actually on an iPad today, so my chat is different. So I can't actually see the question. Well, I can. I can
Right.
see the questions.
Well, Todd normally pops them up for us to see them. I just totally jumped the gun. That's what I did.
So an online business with wigs. I'm looking at the question right now.
Yeah.
An online. Wait, an online what with wigs? I
Business.
just confused myself. Business. An online business with wigs. All right, I'm thinking. I mean, I'm just going to say yes too, like very emphatically, like DeEtte did. And I mean, she knows you. So she's like, girl, get it. I don't know you. And I'm going to tell you emphatically yes. And I think it honestly flows perfect from what we were talking about, how it is so important to feel our best. And when we look good, so that physical component, I think we've all, it's kind of like the money thing. Like, vanity isn't good. Well, vanity is not good, but caring about how you look and how you feel is really freaking important. And
Yeah.
so, with these wigs or whatever it is that you're doing, you're helping someone to feel good and you're providing a service um, to, shift people's being and their states of energy and how they're presenting themselves. And so I love the idea. I think you should, absolutely go forward with that and know that you're supported um, by the other side. I mean, I have to throw that part in there. We're not doing mediumship things today, but just, you have support from the other side. And I just think that's really important for you to hear.
Yeah, and I wanted to put up there too because I'm also seeing her write that yay, like hair accessories. I'm not just talking hair accessories, Melissa, for just hair and wigs, but all I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you for cancer victims or people with alopecia, I'm seeing bald heads also. So that type of stuff, and I'm seeing you kind of get on doing tutorials like how to wrap them scarves. You know what I mean? Like really forming like because I already know you have the YouTube channel, so this is like really just an extension of you to be able to continue doing this and really kind of explore that whole avenue. For all those people that can't come to you, they can still learn how to do this by scarves that maybe you make or you design, accessories, whatever it might be. I mean, bald head was goes. I don't know. You know,
I love that.
like bald heads and a bow, like JoJo with a bald head and a bow. There you
Would
go.
it, would elephants mean anything to you, Melissa? I just got this totally like bohemian kind of elephant scarf looking thing in my brain. And like, I don't know, something, I don't know if it was the elephant or just the scarf or the whole like boho kind of something that I was feeling, but um, I love it. And
Yeah.
again, girl, you're being led to do things
That's
as
what she loves
a
elephants.
service.
Yes.
You're being led to do things as a service and you get to do something that you love and you get to put it out and you get to help people in the process. And it's absolutely fantastic. And it's like, this is going to work because you love it so much. So maybe that's, you said that you have elephants everywhere. Maybe that's the connection. It's that you need to know to trust yourself and go with the things that you love and know that the things that you love, people are going to love too. So have a lot of faith and trust in yourself and know that people are going to eat this stuff up. I love it. I have nothing but good feels. And again, I'm just going to reiterate it because it keeps on popping into my brain. This is so divinely led.
Hmm.
This is so divinely led. And your journey up to this point has been very intentional to bring you to this moment in time, to this spot, to these opportunities, to these things. And you really have an incredible road ahead of you. And the people who you're going to be working with and working for are going to benefit greatly from all your good stuff.
Yeah,
There, that's what I got.
exactly. Exactly. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Melissa. Hopefully that helps you. Again, if you're watching me or me or Missy on our private Facebook streams, you have to go to WLTKDB on Facebook to actually ask questions, or you can go to the WLTKDB YouTube site, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch. Ask those questions from all of those places. Okay, we're just trying to get us out there loud and proud in other places. So let's go on to the next question. Hoot toot, I'm having so much fun. I thought for sure we'd talk longer and then go, but you know what? Let's just
Just
talk
do
as we
it.
go. Let's just do
We'll
this.
talk in the in betweens.
Let's do this. Okay, so Holly, good morning. Not sure if this is the right place, but I'll take anything coming my way. I love that. Anything. And I love that because that's just to me, it's like whatever messages that are coming, what are you getting, my darling? What are you getting?
Number one, get out of your headspace, Miss Holly. That is my number one thing that pops in my brain. I feel like there is some anxiety behind that. I do feel that anxiety actually manifests itself in the physical, to be honest with you. So I think that you are in a space, and I don't want to scare you with this because it very well could, but you are definitely in a space of self-care,
Mm,
and I don't mean that because you're having horrible, like, but I do think that you have some things manifesting semi-physically. I'm not looking at that as like like serious, like super serious or anything like that. So that's the part that I don't want you to freak out about, is that, again, not super serious, but it's like you need to pay attention to you, and maybe not pay attention to everyone else more than you pay attention to yourself. And so I think right now is a time for rest, a time for self-care, a time for reflection, a time to start to really be aware of the things that are happening in your brain, because I think that somehow it's like this information overload, or overthinking leads to anxiety. Um, so I think that, basically I feel that it's just time to start taking steps to feel better,
mm.
um, overall, and know that feeling better is honestly just like over that hill. So that's what I want to say to you.
And I love it because while you were I got the same thing, but of course, I'm shuffling cards over here too. I'm using my granddaughter's unicorn deck I bought her. It's so awesome. But look at it as you're talking. It says it's not a hairstyle, it's about pride. You can't make that up. It really is. It's about taking pride within yourself, looking at yourself, feeling good about yourself, and I hope that makes sense for you, Holly, if you're still with us. Um, but I really do. I feel like that's a turn in the corner for you. I really do. I feel like that's a turn in the corner. It's kind of like we were talking about my angel numbers, like, hey, doing this for yourself is a big transformation. It's going from one phase to another. So it's like even if you feel good about yourself, now look at things you can do to make yourself feel better about yourself and watch that blow up for you. So,
Yeah, and some of that, like I said, like the anxiety and things like that kind of manifesting itself physically.
yeah,
Um, I think you just overthink things a lot, or there's a lot of like internal worry,
yeah.
and that kind of stuff. And so it's so important to, first of all, like address those worries. So, like, I am someone who has struggled with anxiety and panic, and I had a lot of physical symptoms that went along with that. And I honestly had to go to the doctor to have a bunch of physical illnesses ruled out because, you are having, well, I was having these symptoms. And so I had to go and see a cardiac specialist. I had
I
to see a
remember you getting a hold
pulmonologist.
of me that. Yep.
I had to do all of
Yep.
those things just to make sure, and it honestly put my mind at ease, which was really nice. So I'm not sure that that's exactly it for you, but like you need to do the things, you need to confront whatever these anxieties are, and start taking those steps, I guess, to ease your mind, just like I had to.
I agree. 110%. I want to put out there too, guys, if you're on any of our Facebooks, please send us some likes and some hearts because that's going to really kind of help the algorithms. I learned about that this weekend. And because the more hearts and the more likes we get, the more we pop up on yours and other people's sites, and the more we can do readings for people. So,
Yeah.
and other wonderful things that we're doing. So, um, there you go. I'm going to keep just educating and promoting as we go. You do the readings, Missy.
You, girl, well, I'll try to promote too. I suck at remembering to
I'm
do
telling you,
that.
that's all I'm doing. It's like, I'm learning so much. I'll tell you what, I've learned so much. Like, wow, the amount I've been learning lately about this whole Facebook stuff, it was like it's not as simple as we thought it was. It's crazy.
No, the algorithms are absolutely insane. I don't
They're
understand.
huge. It's people go, "Oh my God, wait a second," Um, okay, we
So
can
I'm
do
gonna
that.
make this little announcement right here,
You
Dad,
make an announcement, and then we're gonna go to break real
just
quick after that.
just so you don't get blindsided. But like, I'm seriously looking at um my iPad is plugged in, but I'm watching my percentage numbers go down. So if I just suddenly croak, I'll log back in on my phone. I guess I don't really know.
I
But you
love
might lose me. I'm letting you know. You might lose me for a minute.
And that's okay, but then I'll get you back. I'll get
Yeah,
you
you
back.
will. You give me
You'll
back.
never leave me. I know you'll never leave me. I love that.
Ever, never. Ever,
Never,
never.
ever. Okay, everybody. We're going to take a quick break here on School Through Spirit with WLTKDB, but me and Missy will be back in a few minutes to continue with those readings.
Looking to launch your new masterpiece? Then try something new with Moonbow Publishing and Production. At Moonbow, we have a strong desire to serve authors in a powerful and meaningful way. After all, you poured your heart and soul into your writing, and we fully understand and respect that. Remember this: you will own the copyright to your work. You will have the final say on your work before being published. Even after all of that, we've saved the best for last. We won't take a percentage sold. Nope, not a penny. Excited about MoonbowPublications.com yet? We thought so. Take advantage of our company's services like book editing, formatting, and covers, publishing, and photography. Moonbow Publishing and Productions has everything you are looking for in a company. Remember, we will not keep any commissions. We are a boutique publishing company focusing on spiritual, health and wellness, and personal growth genres. Moonbow Publications and Productions, a new kind of publishing company.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to School Through Spirit on WLTKDB. I was just putting, you're going to have to give me a second. I'm going to leave camera for a second. I'll keep talking. I'm also live streaming on, oh my God, I'm just racking up the whole world. I'm also live streaming, excuse me, on my business page. So I am putting comments in there for them to come to WLTKDB for everything so that their questions can be heard. Missy thought she'd jump off for a second, then jump back in. So I'm just going to say good morning to a few people that have jumped in here. I want to say, I was like, Katie, good morning to you. Let me see. We've spoken to Holly already. I want to say good morning to Karen and Laura and Joy. Oh my God, Joy, thank you for coming in again and saying hi to us. To Miss Carrie and Lori and Vicky and Leora and Andrea. Oh my God, Andrea, thank you for coming back in again. So Todd, if you want to put up the next question, thank you. And I'm going to see what we can do until we get Miss Missy back. Okay, because she's trying another charger. So my daughter's on my mind. Anything coming through for her? She's had a lot of changes going on. And I want to say, you know what? I love it because when I first seen your question, good morning, Miss Karen. When I first seen your question, I do feel like she's got a lot of changes going on right now. I want to say yes, definitely. But I'm also saying there's a lot of energy changes going on in the universe right now. Like this is crazy energy. I've talked to a lot of psychic medium friendships that I have, and all of them have been having some difficulty with things going on. Just with the energy, not, hard time getting up. And I really do feel a lot's coming up through her abdomen, like that feeling coming up through the abdomen. But you know what? I'm hearing that they're all positive things. Okay. So it's almost like seeing the tower card in a tarot deck. Like things have got to come down first. Okay. In order to build a new house, the old house has got to come down so a new house can be built. So it makes me feel as if, you know what? She has got a lot of things kind of exiting her life or moving away from her life. I'm hearing destruction. So it's maybe not as all feeling as positive as you would think you would want it to be for her. But I do feel like with that, she's going to be able, a lot of creativity and a lot of positive changes are going to come through that. Okay. Like just slowly building up, really being able to define her life the way she wants to when this all comes to that point. Thank you. I'm also hearing that she's a very beautiful girl. So I hope that makes sense to you. Also, I heard, but she's such a beautiful girl. And I think that's, spirit just coming through just to kind of say, here you go. Okay. Thank you. I'm saying thank you to spirit. Sorry. All of a sudden it was like boom, boom. Thank you. And I don't know what it is, Katie, with you and your daughter, but and we're not doing mediumship, so I don't know why spirit's not listening to that one. But I'm hearing that there's a grandmother with her, or a grandmother type figure with her, and that you know what that lady is there to help her and protect her, and just kind of walk this path with her on the other side. So I hope, Katie, that helps for you and your daughter. And Missy's back.
I'm back.
Oh my God, I
So
can do this on my own. Can you believe it?
I'm gonna hope that this works. Girl, I totally believe it. You're a rock star. I got it.
I don't do
Yeah.
this stuff for a living, do I?
Isn't it amazing that we get to do this stuff for a living? I'm going to talk to Katie for a minute because
Please do.
I was listening to what you were saying and I had things popping in my brain. And you said one more, DeEtte, that really, really got me. It's like destruction. Okay, so
Mhm.
you said that word, and it really made me think of, um, changes are sometimes very necessary. And a lot of the time, those exits or I don't know, the things that make us make those changes or force those changes or push those changes are not so comfortable and are not so nice.
Right.
And so, it's one of those like getting rid of the old to bring in the new is what I'm hearing with that. And so I agree with DeEtte. This is again like this divinity, you guys. Like, we are divinely led and guided through these rough patches and stuff like that. So, Katie, I'm going to say she's going to be a-okay. I can see that she has a very firm and solid foundation, which is very important. And that's going to carry her through these changes that she's going through. I do feel like there's some attitude, some, whatever going along with that. um, but I feel like that's completely normal, probably for, where she's at in life. So that could definitely be like an age thing or something like that. So, Mama, she has got her feet, is actually on solid ground, even though her head might not always be there. She's going to be okay in the long run. And, just continue to guide her through and coping. That's what I'm hearing. So, like, make sure that she knows how to cope with whatever she needs to cope with. I think like that's the important part is like, it sucks that we can't do this for our kids and we can't just, I don't know, take care of everything. But as long as she knows how to cope with whatever she's going through, it's going to be okay. And I do also am hearing that she's a very intuitive little creature, right? And so, reinforcing to allow that intuition to lead the way, and it's going to lead her to good things and stuff like that. So that's what I got.
I love that. Up on my personal stream, I think it says Aaron. Aaron, if you want to come to WLTKDB on Facebook, again, that's WLTKDB. Look in the comments, and that's where we're doing the readings at today. Okay. And I would love to answer your question when you get over there. And I agree with you totally, 110%, Missy. I'm just so I'm so harsh with how I do things. I love to listen to you when you do readings because you just give so much. You know what I mean? I'm like unfiltered.
Because I
Done.
can't shut my mouth. Oh,
I
girl,
got
I
no
got my
filter.
moments. I have my no filtered moments for sure.
I'm like
It's there.
unfiltered. Oh my God, Karen Yanowski. I'm practicing words, so names. So I hope I
Karen
got that right.
Yanowski. Good morning,
Yanowski.
Karen.
I like
I
that name.
can't see I can't see comments today, guys, because it's my fault. I don't have my computer.
And that's
Um,
okay.
so I can't. So hello to everyone who's in here. Just saying hi. Hi.
Karen is asking, does my daughter's boyfriend really have a medical issue, or is he faking it to avoid working? Oh, that's a hard one.
Depression, Karen, is the very first thing that pops in my brain. Like,
Yeah.
even if there's not a physical kind of something going on, there certainly is a mental something that's causing this thing, this physical kind of something. I don't know. I don't think he feels the greatest, to be honest with you. I do sense he's a bit lazy. I mean, I hate to say that. So here, I'll take my unfiltered turn. I do
Oh, I'm glad
actually.
because what I'm seeing, I want to spit out so bad. I'm like, just filter it, just filter it.
Right. So I do think that there is definitely a hint of lazy there. So I don't want to lie about that. Um, However, I don't know, like he lives in his head or something. There's some weird vibes there for me. It's a little bit of both, to be honest with you. It's a
Mhm.
little bit of both.
Yeah.
So I don't want to completely blow the guy out of the water because I think that his innate self is honestly very good, but depressive, weird, manifesting in the physical, definitely contributing to the laziness that is already semi there, like a low energy kind of a guy.
Mhm.
Boring. I hate to say it.
It was really weird because I seen the male parts and heard that he's just trying to protect him.
He's
Totally unfiltered. It was like
he's protecting his junk. Is that what
he's
you're saying?
protecting his junk, like, "I can't get up and move because I need to protect my junk." Um, like, I think they were just showing she's like, "So true, thank you." But it was more like that depression, like that, like
Yes.
loss of manhood, protecting whatever he's got left,
Yeah.
and watching everything go downhill because of that. And I know the way I said it really sounds kinda like harsh, but you know what? I won't lie. When a man starts, and I think this is anybody, not just men, but when you start to feel like you lost your independence, you stop acting independent. And it does come off as being lazy. It does come off as being not pulling your part, you know what I mean? And you just kind of go downhill. And I'm not saying that people that are disabled and don't work, don't have that because they really do. They fight for their independence. But I don't think this person's a person that's, disabled. I really do think they're a person that's given up that independence, whether it's depression or something else. And you know what? It's catapulted. It's
Yeah,
catapult.
it's like this low drive,
Yeah.
low energy. That's what I mean, like low
Yeah.
drive. So I think that's always been there. And then, like, you add the depression, you add the other stuff on top of it. And I said boring because, again, there's just this very low wah wah
Yeah,
kind of feel
exactly.
there,
Exactly.
so it is not 100% to get out of work. Like, do I think that it's a calculated, I'm going to do these things to not have to go to work? I don't necessarily believe it's that I believe he really doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Um, but I believe it's more mental than physical at this
Exactly,
point,
and I think yeah, I think 110%.
which is valid
Oh,
and
it's very va
horrible.
it's very valid. I've watched it in my own life, it's
Sure.
very valid. So, I hope that helps, Miss Karen. Beautiful. Who's next? Toot toot. Laura, should I start my own side business? I keep every time I see this, I hear, "Yes! Yes! Pow! Yes!" I'm so excited. Yes, and I'm hearing and sell your underwear too. So I don't know if you're looking at true romance or what. I'm sorry. But yes, like you're probably really good with sales. You're really good at working with people. You're really good at connecting people with what they need or what they want, like that, like intuitive. So that's why I think when I'm hearing, sell your underwear too, it's kind of like you could if you really wanted to, because you'd find a market for it. So I'm saying yes, like literally don't sell your underwear. But it's
It's a joke.
but it's a joke. But I will say yes to do that because I feel like that you can all I'm not romance. I'm very good with sales. Yes, thank you. Um, but I do see it going like you have your full-time job, do the side job, start the sales. I do feel like it's more of a niche type side business. So it's not like, the jewelry, like the $5 jewelry or under whatever, that type of stuff. I'm feeling like this is something that has a niche to it. And she said, "That's the joke." Trust me, Laura, there's a market for everything. But, um, but I do feel like it's a niche of a side business for yourself to go into. So it is something very more unique, more that aspect. And I do feel that you're really good with sales. So I do feel like that you'll have your full-time job doing this side business. And then I do feel like you'll get to that point going, which one do I do? Because you're watching both of them literally going side by side. And if you give your that side business a little bit extra like a little extra business, like you'll flip right into that, and the day job might just go to the sideways. Okay, like, hey, it's a great thing to rest my laurels on, but you know what, I'm going to run with this. Okay. um so I do feel like, you know what, it's that side business may turn into a full-time job if you actually put your efforts into it.
I'm going to just chime in and say yes and yes and yes. And you are totally right, Laura. There probably is a market for used underwear, and it would probably make billions. Just saying, there's a lot of wackadoos out there. I mean, come on. Feet
Come
pics are
on.
a thing, people. Used underwear have got to be a thing.
I'm
Just
telling you, if Jason Momoa was
gross.
selling his underwear, somebody would buy it.
I mean, I'm just saying. Okay. Ew. As we were talking, like it was one of those.
Laura's laughing so hard.
Well, I mean, come on, like, yeah, that would be like, you can like feet pics and used underwear. Shit, people. Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm thinking about it. Like now, my wheels are spinning. My daughter's been looking for a side gig. No, I'm kidding.
Just put your logo on it.
I'm kidding. Oh hell no! It would be something like, I'm really good at like catchy names, so
Yeah.
I'd come up with like something ridiculous. I'll call them like Sniffums or something. Okay. All right. This is terrible.
Okay.
Okay. So
YouTube is gonna stop us if we don't clean it up a little bit,
okay,
guys.
back to PG. Back to PG. So security was the very first thing that popped in my brain as DeEtte was talking to you. So I really appreciate the fact that you're doing this as this side business, because I understand that money and security are priorities for you, and I think that is very smart to play it this way. I also was basically made aware of, like, with those security issues, you may stop something before it has time to fully bloom and blossom. And so I think my message to you is basically that, going about things the right way for you and for your own little personal, quirks and insecurities and, have to haves is just oh so important. So I think this is, honestly, a great way to do it and a great time to do it. So yes, big fat yes on my end. I do think it's going to be good, to be honest with you. So I don't know what it is, but it does feel service oriented for me. And it's like, I don't know, like if this helps to shine a spotlight on other people somehow, but that's like what comes my way.
Love it.
So I don't know what are you doing, dear? I just now I'm so curious.
She's selling clean underwear. She said security is very important to her. Yes. I love that. I love
And
that.
so it's just right. So it's just
Yeah.
one of those, like, doing it this way is the perfect way for things to
It is.
just allow them to blossom and bloom in their own times. And that's something, like, I think we all need to remember, is that we truly are divinely led and guided to things, and timing is a something. And so, like my work, for instance, exploded at the moment that it was supposed to. It would never, and I tried to make it explode before it exploded. And it, like, no amount of my trying made it explode. Does that make sense to you? Like,
Yeah, it does.
there was no amount of anything that I could have done before the time was right for me to do it. And so I think that you've aligned with this timing right now, and it feels very important. So yes.
And that's just it. I mean, you'll also find, Laura, that as you do this, I mean, you'll know. I mean, obviously, because you're asking the question right now, you already know in your heart of hearts it's time for you to start the side business, because it just that's how spirit works. They come in, they start giving you an ideas, and it's like, jump on those ideas. You're also going to see that so it builds and you're going to see it blossom. But as you keep getting those ideas, you're going to know that's time to pop. Things are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you start thinking, boy, I should probably quit my day job, it's going to be time to quit the day job. And that's the same thing with our work. I mean, it's no different because we explode, we get bigger, we get a little bit more successful. And whether you're, in my Missy's field or in your own separate field, spirit is really helps to interact with that and it grows as it's supposed to. But you do have to do it. You have to, it just doesn't happen. You have to put the effort in. So
Yeah, an A for effort. She's totally doing it. I'm digging it. It's going to
yeah,
be fantastic. I'm going to remind you of the power of words because I just looked at comments and you said it will always just be a side business. That's a very limiting something. I mean, so I would just let you know, words matter, and putting that out there, I would just shift that up just ever so slightly to, this will be whatever it needs to be until, I never thought that I could do this full time ever. And here I am,
and here we are.
doing this,
Yeah,
this full time. Like it, beyond my wildest dreams, honestly, that I could be doing what I'm doing to the depths that I'm doing it.
exactly. She says she's a natural medium and she didn't know how to set boundaries with spirit until she got a mentor and started meditating. And that is so true. I'll tell you what. I mean, that's why I teach this, and Missy teaches this is because we help so many people, that feel either A, they're going crazy or B, they don't know how to shut them up or, there's so much more than just starting to talk to the dead people involved. And it's like anything, we're all natural mediums. There's not one of us that isn't, because it's the nature of the game. Uh, but being able to, hone in on those specific things that other people can teach you really makes the world a difference. Really makes
It
the world.
does. It does.
So,
And
great job, Laura. Congratulations on that. So yeah,
yeah,
start your
just
side business.
keep on going, girl. Just go.
Vicky is next. She says she likes Holly, but she wants to know if there's anything coming for her. And I know Vicky, so I'm gonna let you take this.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, Vicky, you're
you
all mine. Let me think about
love
you
Vicky.
for just a minute. I just want to say your last name over and over because I think it's great. Chaperdia, Chaperdia, Chaperdia.
Isn't it beautiful?
It
I know me
really
and
is.
thank you, Laura. Me and Missy could come on, and Carrie for both saying the same thing. People are saying that they like us. We work excellent together. They like our energies. And I'm like, ooh, I love Missy. It
And I
was
love DeEtte. And
when
I
I
love
wanted to do
Todd.
this show and I wasn't sure, I called Missy. When I wanted to come and do live readings, I called Missy. When I did my first guest, I called Missy. So I love this. So what do you get for Vicky?
Inflammation.
Do, 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 do,
I'm
do,
drawn to
do,
the
do,
body.
do,
I
do, do.
am. So
You're
that
drawing a
you're not
blank?
in your head. No, inflammation.
Oh,
I'm drawn to the body.
okay. There
I
you go.
am. I'm totally drawn to the body, and I'm drawn to like inflammatory types of responses or something that I guess could be, I'm going to say autoimmune. I don't know that it's autoimmune, but like something that joints, very specifically hands and to joints. I'm drawn to joints. Damn it, Vicky. Do you have some pains? I'm just going to ask DeEtte, you know her. Does Vicky have
I do
pains?
know her. She lives quite a ways away from me. I don't know, Vicky, are you having some pains throughout your body?
I'm going to try to do
Certain
this.
lady? Wow, you even she said yes. Yes, she's having some pains throughout the body in the joints.
Okay. So
Perfect. Oh, why can't you
inflammation
see?
is what's coming to me. So almost like an allergic type of a something or something like that. So I feel like it's annoying to be honest with you, and I feel like I guess any health thing kind of induces fear and stuff. But I think there's an allergy of some sort, Vicky. I don't know if you've been searching for answers on this or wondering what's going on. But the eating right for your blood type. This is what I keep on hearing in my brain. So there's a book. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's eating right for your blood type. And it's like, I'm an O negative, right? And so O negatives should not eat wheat. Anyway, it gives you these categories, like foods that are actually very beneficial for you, foods that are neutral, and foods that harm and are just really things that you should stay away from as much as possible. That is the book that is popping into my brain. And so you may want to just really, I don't know how you are with your diet and eating good. It doesn't strike me that you're bad, but there is something going on that's driving an inflammation. And see, I'm hearing too, I think these things are somehow familial. So I don't know if someone in your family had like rheumatoid arthritis or, something like that, but it's like, I think that you could actually stop it and not have to go through the things that they went through. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that helps you.
Yeah. I just want to add to that because I wasn't getting the body. I actually, the minute she asked that and I sent the question over to you, I literally started hearing the Twilight song, do, 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 going through my head. So, Vicky, I do know a little bit, not that much, but a little bit. And I want to tell you, Vicky, I do think you've got a lot of, I don't want to say crazy stuff going around you, but more paranormal things going around you, more unexplained things going on around you that I don't know about. Um, but with that, I feel like you need to help take the fear out of that for some reason and make it more normal and less paranormal, if that makes sense. And kind of go with the flow of that. Really just kind of go with the flow of that. So it makes me feel like some parts of you are hesitant at moving forward. And I know, like with myself, if I'm hesitant to moving forward, I get pain like almost like uh with my right foot, I will start to have a lot of pain in my right foot. It'll go up my leg, literally, like I'm creating pain to go forward. Like it's stopping me from taking that forward movement. Does that make sense, Missy?
Sure.
And I feel like some of those things, it's like, um, moving forward, like Missy said, research, go look at your body, see what you can do, because I think that's huge. But I'm also thinking that you have to look at other aspects of your life that maybe you have been hesitant on and go, you know what I mean? Kind of relieve some of the fear of that. I don't know if that makes sense, Vicky. I don't know if
So
that
like
makes
with the fear stuff, like is it coming from a paranormal kind of a something?
I don't know. I don't know. I just heard the do 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 do.
Oh,
The do
okay.
do do do. So that's where I thought it was more. And to me, paranormal is not like just
Oh,
ghosts. It's like anything out of the norm. You know what I mean? Anything out of the
so
norm.
like the Twilight Zone thing, because like
Yeah.
you said, girl, we are living in the Twilight Zone right now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just, I mean, we are living in the Twilight Zone. That's how I feel every day. Like we're living in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. When you say that, that's what that makes me think of is like, let's just talk about this. And I know
Go
you
ahead.
already brought it up.
Let's
The
go. You're like,
vibes,
you brought it up.
you did, you brought
The
this up.
show just changed, ladies and gentlemen.
The vibes and the energy that we're living in right now are freaking nuts. And it is unprecedented and it's been very long. We are almost at a 2-year mark, people, of weird,
Yeah.
low energy, fear that's turned into anger, that's turned into fear. Now we have a new variant coming and fear, fear, fear. I mean, we have all of these things happening that is affecting everyone's energetic self, whether you're participating in the shit or not, because we're all participating in the energetics of life. And the
Mhm.
energetics of life right now, the overriding energetics of life right now are odd. And so, like, taking care of your personal vibe and your personal energy is so important because the collective is pretty whack. I mean,
Right.
that is my experience
Oh
right
yeah.
now. So,
110%.
the Twilight Zone thing, you know, we have to figure out ways to separate ourselves from that, if just even for moments a day. That means raising your personal energy. That means sending out, good things to people. You can dance, turn on music, do some essential oils, eat some good food, pray. You can hold some crystals. You can do some grounding stuff, whatever. Just really focus yourself in some good stuff every single day. It is absolutely vital for everyone to do that. Especially,
Exactly.
we should be doing that anyway, But
We
like
should.
right now, people are in a funk and they don't understand why. A lot of
Yeah.
people. I'm talking to a lot of people who just feel funky,
Yeah.
and it's it's just that the collective vibe does feel funky. So you're not losing it. You're not alone. Whoever is, on here feeling the ripples of this, um, you're okay. I just want you to know that. And so protect, take care of your energy. It's so important.
110%. 110%.
So, like me, I'm just going to give you some little things that I'm doing. I am making sure that we enjoy this season. Like, it is so important for me to enjoy the holiday season beyond
Mhm.
whatever. So, like yesterday, we made salt dough ornaments.
Ooh.
I cannot tell you how many salt dough ornaments I made. I baked them. They're rock freaking hard. I forgot to poke the hole in it. The
Oh
string. Oh yeah. So I had to start over. I was pissed. Girl, I
no.
mean, it's probably like 100 ornaments. Now I did this just to have fun with my kids and my
Right.
family. We had dinner, we were painting, it was fantastic. We're
Right.
gonna make Christmas shirts. So we're doing things to just really enjoy the spirit of this season. So
Right.
do things, join in on things, play some Christmas music, listen to Todd's holiday intro,
Yes. I love that intro.
I do too. He said, "You're gonna hate it by the end." I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not.
You can keep it up until probably my birthday, which is mid-January, I'd probably still be fine with it.
Yeah, I love Christmas.
Yeah, I'm a huge Christmas fan. No, I get it too because me and you have talked about the different energies and what's going on out there, and like for myself, I can feel them. It's like if I let myself get into it, I just get so heavy, like, oh my God, I can't do anything. And grant you, spirit's like trying to give me all these ideas, like do this and this. I'm like, I can't even pull myself out of this, but I'm just trying to go with the flow of it. You know what I mean? Just go with the flow of it. I'm really happy that I had a lot of things scheduled prior to those energies. So, because it helped me jump into just go with the flow is what it did. It helped me. So I'm really hoping by the time I get back from vacation this week, they're gone, you know. So, for myself, I'm just trying to do little things to kind of keep the spirits up, little things to kind of keep this going.
Yeah, and it's
So,
one of those things where I know it blindsides people
yeah,
because you don't necessarily have to be, like I said, an active participant in the things that are going on to feel it, and that's
yeah,
that's what I've noticed more than anything. It's like people feel odd and they don't know why. And so, it really comes down to just energetics and vibes. And,
yeah,
we truly are one. We are a collective energy. We are, together in that way. And so, anyone who is just feeling like, I don't know what the hell is going on, there's something wrong with me,
yeah.
you're not broken. You're fine.
It's
It's
exactly. I
everything.
mean, we have Lisa here saying the funkiness everywhere. She will try to help her house create an environment to help the family break that funk. And then Carrie is saying that she is such a Grinch this year. She doesn't even want to think about the tree of the presents in the family. And I'll tell you
All
what,
the
we were
more
the same
reason to
way.
do it.
We were the same way. And literally Thanksgiving night, I'm like, that tree's gonna come out. No, we bought a fake tree last year. I'm all about live trees, but with little kids and cats, it was like, oh, and we're
Easier.
brand new
Yeah.
baby cats and brand new babies. We go fake, is what we did. But last year, for the first time in my life, we were like organized, putting this stuff away, like putting everything. I was like, me and my daughter were like, ain't no retentive. We went out and got everything like organizers for ornaments, a whole 10 yards. So everybody was like, I don't want to do this. I don't feel it. I mean, all Thanksgiving didn't feel like Thanksgiving, it just felt blah. And that night, I'm like out in the garage yanking out these things, like, we are putting that tree up now, whether anybody likes it or not. And you know what? The whole tree, including ornaments, went up in about 20-25 minutes of that. I mean, the whole thing decorated everything.
Oh,
Boom,
wow.
done. Oh, yeah. I organized and boom, it happened. So we plugged it in. And the minute the tree got plugged in, everybody went, and it was like a force, like pulling a tooth type energy to make it happen. But now that it's there, it's like, and I keep doing these stupid little things like, I ordered blow up things and like light up owls, like anything to make this happen and hopefully help change the energies.
We I did the salt dough kits. I actually bought a bunch of gingerbread house kits, and we're gonna have a
Oh, I
family
love that.
contest. We've never done that before. I
Oh, I
said
love
I've
that.
been looking at like the bleach t-shirts and
Yeah.
stuff. I've really been trying to focus on shopping local and small businesses. It's very important to me this year,
Mhm.
to just support people in their businesses. So I'm doing this season so differently than I normally would. Um, I just am, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm focusing on the important things, which is spending time with my family,
Yeah.
which is, honestly, Christmas is about Jesus and God and the other side. And that is very important to me to
Mhm.
acknowledge that and to celebrate that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing things different. I am.
Yeah.
Um, it's what's so important. So the time with my family, that's the important stuff.
Yeah, that makes me remember my sister, granted she's been passed away for 9 years now, 9, almost 10, I think it's been. Um, God, you lose track of the years, you know?
Yeah.
But I can remember ever Chris, because she was really, really religious, and I have a strong belief system myself, very strong, not as strong as hers was, but very strong belief system. But every year for Christmas, she would make a birthday cake for Jesus. She is like, "You need to keep Jesus in the holiday." And it's not all about religion, but that was what she would do. That's what she would do to make sure that people would observe that that's what this was about. So,
Right.
I
Well,
love
and we have to remember that,
that.
I have felt more and more compelled to talk about God and stuff in my work these days. And it's always been a part of it. I mean, you have source energy, you have spirit. Like, where
Yeah.
do you think your dead people are? They're in heaven. Like
I know where I was like, "We can't talk about that," but it's kinda true.
so it's always been a part of it. But it's like the name was kind of taken out. And so it's one of those things where it's not about religion for me at all. But the other side is incredible, and they're perfect. And like without them, I don't think we have a chance in hell, honestly, at getting somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like, without our angels, without God, without our dead peeps and our spirit guides, we don't have that like divine help. And it's just so important that people connect with that. It's so important to connect with those things, and understand and realize the actual help that we have. We get to choose right now all of the time. I mean, sometimes we feel like shit because, well, life is shitty.
Yeah,
But we have to remember to choose something different. So like this season is definitely odd, and I'm making a conscious choice to elevate my family and spending time with each other, and elevate these small businesses, and like, you know what I mean? So I'm
yeah,
consciously choosing to focus my attention on these things. We always have a choice how we respond to things, how we react to things, how we feel about things. So if you're choosing to feel, crappy for prolonged amounts of time, you have to remember you're choosing to feel crappy for prolonged amounts of time, and you have to choose to get your ass out of it. It's
exactly.
really important. You got to choose and take the step forward.
That's 110% accurate. You can't make 110%. I love that. I love that. So, where is our next question? We got so many. I love this. So many comments. So many people came to talk and listen and love this. Today is my day to change my future. Is he in it or leave him behind? There feels like there's a lot of miscommunication going on there, or not communication going on there. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Missy, but it just literally it was like hesitation, and then my throat was being really effective. And this is from Carrie Greathouse, but my throat was being really affected by that. It just feels like there's not a lot of communication going on there. And it feels, wow, for some reason, Carrie, this has really affected my body, not so much as saying, hey, leave him or stay. It's not affecting me that, it's affecting my physical. So it feels like you might be carrying this individual, because my back is really starting to kind of hurt. So it feels like I'm carrying a load, and it just feels like you're kind of pulling more than your share of the weight, if that makes sense. Um, You know what? I'm going to kind of go on with what Missy was just saying. And if this is definitely your day to change, this really is, because honestly, every day is your day to change. Every day is your day to change your future. Every moment is, we don't, it's got to be your own conscious thing to do that. But it feels like for you to do that, Carrie, you have got to realize what is holding your back, holding you down, and you got to kind of throw that off like a backpack, like take it off your shoulders, like scoop your arms out from behind it and throw it off and go, "Ew, this is nasty. I don't even want it anymore." In order to and like do a little like shake your arms, clear your throat, and move forward. Because I will tell you what, it feels like if you stay in the present position that you're in right now, you're going to be carrying this quite a long time, and so I'm not going to tell you whether to stay or to leave because that's really got to be your choice. But what I am seeing is if you stay with this, it feels very heavy. It feels like you're carrying a lot, and it just feels like you'll kind of go down that same way where you're kind of having to be a bodybuilder because you're carrying all this extra. Whereas if you release that backpack, release all that extra, shake it off, there's a free nature to that. Okay. It feels very free and it feels very refreshing and kind of like, oh my God, like I just lost 100 pounds or better, and able to move into your future in that aspect. Because I do feel like you have a lot of dreams. I feel like you have a lot of thoughts, a lot of ambition, but you've been putting those ambitious ambitions someplace maybe you have not wanted to. So not necessarily for yourself, but for someone else or other people. Okay. So you're going to have to make your own decision whether you stay or leave. But I feel for yourself, you know what? It'll be a happier place if you shrug that extra weight off and go forward. What about
Yeah.
you?
Well, what I'm going to add to it, I mean, honestly, there's a certain amount of like toxicity that I feel, right? And it's one of those where I feel that, sometimes the foundations of something isn't so good. So whatever this toxic element is, I feel like that's hung around this situation probably since the beginning, and I feel that both parties are guilty in this case. And so it's like, you can't just blame him. You have to, own your stuff as well. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but it's definitely a two-way street here. And the way that I'm feeling about things right now is that in order for things to actually heal and be able to move forward, like you would really have to be able to come to that space of acceptance and allow the past to stay in the past. And from where I sit right now, I don't know that that's necessarily possible, especially for you. I mean, you are someone who is definitely holding on to things, and I'm not even saying that that's wrong, but when we're looking at, is he in this future or is he not? Like DeEtte says, you have to make this decision. The actual question needs to become, am I able to allow these things stay in the past and move forward without all of that junk from back there? You either can or you can't. If you can't, then the toxicity that is a part of this relationship doesn't budge. That's basically it. So like if you want things to change, you have to change, and so would he. So there's a lot that goes to that, but it is very important to we should learn from ourselves. We should learn. So let's say that you choose to stay in this. Again, you have to let the past stay in the past and move forward, and you're kind of agreeing and allowing yourself to start over in a sense. Or if you decide that this is it is so important that you don't repeat these same patterns, or you're going to land in the same position and predicament. So learn from this experience at the very least, regardless of the decision that you make. You need to learn from this experience, and it's gonna have to stop some cycles here. That's what I'm getting. And you can do that. So that the good news is that you absolutely can do that. You have the power, you have the capability. So, but definitely have to make some inner shifts.
Definitely. Definitely. Love that. Love that. I hope that helps you, Miss Carrie.
Oh my gosh, I just looked at comments and Joy wants to move in with me.
I
Girl,
seen that. I
you
love
can
that.
move in with me.
You enjoy my Carrie says absolutely. I'm fighting for us. He won't talk about it. It's been 7 years. I'm trying to get mental help because I feel like I'm drowning. My thoughts exactly. I started packing at 6 a.m. Definitely. I feel like a prisoner with we live in the woods, no neighbors. I have no car. He does the grocery shopping, everything. I get out maybe every 2 months. I want I prayed for him to be a husband, a great bonus dad for my kids, which is they love him. Just confuses me.
Yeah, things need to, you can't fix his role in whatever this is. Like, you can't make him do whatever he needs to for himself, but you need to make sure that you're doing whatever you need for yourself.
Exactly.
So that's really the important part here, is that you have to do things for you.
Exactly. That's 110%, Carrie. So today's your day to make your decision on which way you want to go. It really is. Which way do you want to go? What do you want to do? You know?
And so important too, regardless of the decision, tomorrow's another day. You have another opportunity
Always.
to make a different decision. So you really can't, as much as we feel like we can mess these things up, in all actuality, you can't. And let me just remind you, our emotions are our guide, right? So, like, if we're not feeling good about something and something's making us feel like crap, that's basically your sign. I wanted to throw that out there. When you're not feeling good, it's a sign. Like, so you need to do things, and push yourself into directions that actually do feel good. So walk in the direction that makes you feel the best, even though that might come with some grief and that might come with something. You will absolutely, undoubtedly know what the right move is here.
Exactly. And you know what? I hear predominantly hear everything, guys. Just so you know, I see things, I feel things, I know things, but I predominantly hear things. And I don't know if this song makes sense, but you know the Rawhide song? Get them doggies going, Rawhide. Okay, I brought that up at the wrong time, but
I
that's
love
what
it.
I'm hearing in my head. I'm like, the whole thing is going like, doo doo doo.
See, now I'm hearing the bacon thing. Bacon, bacon, bacon.
There
Yeah,
you go.
okay.
So, Carrie, Google the Rawhide song and see if it makes sense to you. Because get them doggies going, Rawhide. Okay,
Yeah,
let's go on.
it's just time to walk, man.
It's
Time to
time
walk
to
in
walk.
the
It's time to
direction.
get on your horse and go. Um, not don't take that last part, Carrie. Really do have to make your own decisions.
You have to,
What feels
it,
right to you.
but it's time to move on those
You
things. Yes,
you
that's what.
on you. Make advances for yourself, for you, whether it's staying or going. So, Leora King, open. What do you get from me? Leora King. I hope I'm saying Leora right because I like that name.
Okay, I'm thinking. You think? I see
Leora feels like what do you got? What do you see?
money. I see dollar signs.
Ooh, very nice. I see a lot going on in her life. Like, oh my God, I feel like I'm overwhelmed. Like there's just a whole lot going.
I'm hearing the song like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, right? And it
Oh,
reminds me of like being past shit storms, and into a place of abundance almost, and into a place of I can relax and take a breath, and while still kind of being on guard because we get so used to the shit show sometimes. Like, so, I honestly feel like you've just made it past some crap and you're in a good spot. Like, enjoy this time, relax, deep breathe, and be grateful for where you are. I mean, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I know I get it
feels
because I
good.
feel it the minute, we were both taking a moment to just kind of connect. I just felt like she's in this whirlwind of stuff going on, but it feels like there's new stuff and old stuff, like you've got things coming out. Um, it does. It feels like that. She's like, yeah, shit show, 100%. It does. It just feels like there's, I mean, like a whole lot going on, but I feel like I'm in the heart of a tornado. So it's like that, you know how a tornado will
Oh,
suck in
maybe that's the still
everything?
inside of the storm that I'm feeling, because I'm like, okay, like the shit, I feel a reprieve from the shit show.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's like coming.
Yeah,
You know
and it
what I
might
mean?
be.
But I feel like that's like right here.
Yeah, well, if you think about the center, the eye of the tornado is the calmest part. So, like in the middle of it, and a tornado will literally not only suck everything in, but it throws everything out too. You know what I mean? So it really is this chaos going on back and forth, and like in the middle of it, watching it going, oh my god! And really, the only safe place is really in the eye, because any place else, it's crazy. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. I do agree with you. I feel like it's at the very end of it. If it's not at the tail end, it's very at the
I
very end.
do.
But again, I feel like there's so much going on. It feels like, Leora, that you're the person that's got to bring everything to a halt. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it does. It just feels like, because everything it's going on in here. So it's almost like break it down, organize it, categorize things, finish this, finish this, finish this, or go through those things and throw the things out that aren't yours, that you don't have to deal with, and say, I'm only going to hold on to what's mine, and then be able to kind of move forward. Because it feels like being that tornado, like, you've taken all your crap and everybody else's crap into this tornado. Like, you've sucked it all up. It's time for you to, like, let that stuff start flinging out. Organize or prioritize is probably a better way of looking at it, but prioritize what's going to give you relief within your mind, because it just feels like you've got so much going on, so many scattered things going on. Um, Thank you. But it feels like you brought in kids and everything. Like you've taken, like you're a natural helper. You're a natural person to, like, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, she says it does. I'm turning into myself. No more self-sacrifice. Exactly. Because it does. It feels like, Laura, you've been doing for everybody. And that is pulling all that crap in. So it is time to let go of everybody else's crap. Realize that, you know what? Tell them all to put their big girl panties on. We're back to panties again, but tell them to put them on. We're buying them, not selling them this time. Pull them up, just under the bra line, and to grow up and start dealing with their own stuff that you need to deal with your own. So prioritize your stuff, figure out what is truly yours, truly somebody else's, and only do you, and let everybody else know that they got to start doing themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think it's
Create
gonna help
those
center you
boundaries.
and calm you. I'm also hearing, this is really strange. I'm hearing like you need to learn how to take an old-fashioned salt bath. Like you need to, can I sell them? Maybe. I don't know. Your underwear? Yes. Kids? Probably not. So, matter of fact, especially with what's going on every day, like no selling the children. Keep the children. Sell their underwear, keep the children. But it's like, learn how to, I keep getting one, you need to learn how to take an old-fashioned salt bath, like just an old-fashioned bath. But I want to do this, like you do to a cat or a dog, like you just pet their forehead down their nose. And you know what? Not only does it feel good, but because it is, I'm like feeling my nose up here. But I will tell you what, it also feels like there's a centering. So it's like bringing yourself to center. So it's almost like bring yourself to center. Start prioritizing you and watch this storm really dissipate, because you haven't been doing for yourself. Okay.
I'm gonna add. I mean, just like I said, I see the shit show as moving on. So whatever's going on, and maybe it's just because you've had that. I feel like the worst is behind you.
Yeah.
It's what I feel like the worst of it's behind you, and maybe that finding that still in the storm and stuff. But I do feel like it's been like that shitstorm, but like things are moving in a better direction, and that could be because you're, taking steps to say, not my circus, not my monkeys, or whatever that is. That how it says? Not
Not
my
not my monkeys, not my
Yeah,
circus.
not my monkeys, not
Yeah.
my circus.
Or my daughter likes to say, tuck and roll, just tuck and roll. Not her problem.
That, yes, but I'm telling you, there is something. I feel like I'm on the defensive because of all of the stuff that happened or has been happening. So, there's endings coming here to some of the shit show. I just want to really give you that because that is what I feel in here loud and clear. And so it's like, you're almost there, girl. It's okay. We're good. All right. That's that.
Exactly. 110%. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. I just flipped over to my private streaming that's going on, and I am getting trolled so badly. Oh my gosh.
What is
You're not
up
going to
with
believe
these
this. Since we
people?
started doing this, not only do I have somebody trolling me, I actually had a friend reach out going, you know what? Somebody has actually made up a fake account of mine, is requesting friendships now. So I
Oh,
need
that's
to
been
say this
happening to mine.
online for the world to know.
Yeah.
Do not accept, guys. Private message me, and I will tell you if it is me or not, okay? I
Yeah.
actually reach out for very few people anymore. Friend requests, there's a few, yes, but the majority masked I don't do anymore just because of the trollers out there. So if you get a friendship request from me, please, please, please reach out, ask if it's me. I will let you know one way or another. Um, or hey, better yet, you know what? Then come to my own personal page and friend request me. We'll see what happens. You never know.
It's one of those, like,
Just
I
don't
literally,
don't go jump on those readings people are asking you to do for cheap or free because it's not us, guys. It's not us.
no, and I just had this on my page a few days ago. Same thing. And so I all of a sudden was getting like comments and stuff on a past video, like a video that's like 6 weeks old.
Yeah,
And yeah, they're doing that same thing, asking people for friend requests and, all that
yeah,
crap. Oh
yeah.
yeah. I've been hacked more this year than like ever before. And I know you have too. What a pain in the ass.
Exactly.
Jerks.
Exactly. I'm just putting in there on my Facebook thing. So what is the next one? Next comment, please. Next question. Hello, Kathleen. But who's the next question, Todd? Because I have lost total track in all of this. Andrea Twine. Will I be able to buy my granddaughter's Christmas presents? What do you feel? What do you feel? I just feel her. I just feel there's such a. I think I'm feeling Andrea's energy herself because I'm personally feeling like a struggle and almost like a pit in my stomach. It's almost like, oh my God, I want to do this. I can't do this. I can't find a way. Is how I'm feeling. But I do feel that's Andrea's energy itself, not answer actual the truth of what's going to happen. Does that make sense? Like I'm feeling
there
that.
is what I want to say to this lady is there's nothing wrong with asking for help.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say yes. Less is more. You're gonna land with something.
Yeah.
But remember, there's nothing wrong with asking for help.
Mhm.
How old are these kids? I want to ask you that.
I just feel like she needs, when you said asking for help, it's kind of like in our family when we want to get something bigger for the grandkids, we literally make like a Facebook chat group for like everybody that loves them and says, hey, anybody want to go in on a joint, this larger present, we're going to put everybody's names on it. It's one big item. And in a lot of ways, it checks off that nobody else has to buy a gift from because they've donated to the cause of this bigger item. Um, if that makes sense. I love that term, if that makes sense. She says 7 and 4. 7 and 4. So they're quite young yet. Um,
So they appreciate a lot of little things. You know what I mean? So, yep.
I'm also seeing, Andrew, I don't know if it's something specific you want to get them or what it is, but I feel like, um, what I'm seeing is Christmas morning. Um, should I have stuck with a general overview question? LOL. Um, no, actually, Andrew, I feel like on this one, you know what I'm seeing with the grandkids. What I'm seeing is, um, don't necessarily go with what they have asked for, because I think there's things in there that you'll find or get like intuit into them. Have that intuition into, because what I'm seeing is what I do on Christmas. Yeah, I do buy what they ask. Don't get me wrong. But everybody gets something that I do an intuitive thing on, and I always nail it. I mean, both my kids, my grandkids, I nail it every time, because I get them really what that heart desire is that they never actually talk about. But with that being said, Andrea, I think I'm going into the general overview also with that, because I think you're a very gifted individual. And I don't think you've really given yourself enough for you to understand that. Like, you don't give yourself credit for that. Okay. Because I'm actually kind of joining both of those together at this point. And so it does feel as if you're a person that gets a lot of information, but you don't exactly always give yourself credit for all the information you get. Does that make better sense to you, Andrea? Because I can see your comments coming up.
Is there family drama?
I don't know. See, maybe you should have stuck with the run, because now we're going all over the place, Andrea. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Is it the family drama or yes to the intuition? She's like, I'm not claiming nothing no more, and I'm never doing this twice. LOL, yes, my yes. I love that. Um, because I feel like that's gotta be a Christmas present to yourself, Andrea. Because I feel like this is something you kind of put on the back burner. I don't know if that makes better sense. Like, you putting and drama over is overwhelming also. So she's yes to both of us. But I
Is
feel like
it
you
does
need
is that part of the gift thing? Like
is
this
that part of
family
the gift
drama?
thing? You like how she asks, I re-ask like I'm her mom or something?
We're clarifying.
We're clarifying
And I
everything.
totally cut you off. I'm sorry,
No,
DeEtte. I'm
that's okay.
just
Well,
kind of
what she's
feeling it out a little
answering,
bit different.
nope, it's okay. Well, she said, "No, it's not."
Okay.
So I wanna kind of finish what I was saying, and then I'm gonna let Missy go, because I really think we're kind of, like, hitting everything all over the place. Um, I wanna say, Andrew, it's time for you to kind of, because I feel like those abilities or that intuition of yours is literally on this breaking point of going further, or literally kind of opening up more, so you have more coming in, more clarity, more of that coming in. So, if you don't if you don't want to, I just feel like it's time for you. It's time for you to do that. So either, go buy a book, watch a YouTube video, find an instructor, whatever it might be for yourself, whatever you resonate with, or whoever you resonate with. Find that, because it feels like it's time for you to do that. I feel like it's gonna help you with a lot of clarity within your own life. I know this is more general overview, but I feel like that's a huge one for you, is to kind of do that. I also feel like it's gonna help you problem solve a lot of problems in your life, okay? Whether it's kids' Christmas presents or anything else, you know what I mean? It's really gonna help you clarify a lot of things, because I think you have a lot of stuff coming in. I think, and it might be with the drama also that you're seeing, Missy, but I think there's a lot coming in, and I think you're getting these intuitive hits, all of this coming in, and you're not knowing how to segment it or where it goes. So, you know what? You got those cards, open them. Open them. You know what? Christmas gift yourself, learn how to do them, and kind of go forward, because again, you're right there on that cusp of saying you may not do professional readings, but trust me, everybody's born psychic. We're all born with these abilities. We're to use them for our lives, and I think it's going to help you give a lot of clarity within your life, um, and going forward with that. Okay, Missy, up next.
Just the ask and you shall receive. That's, don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask
Yeah,
and you shall receive. It's what, my initial, don't be afraid to ask for help. Um and that goes for what DeEtte was saying too. Like, we don't do this work minus help. That's a fact. Like, I mean, I rely on my team of spiritual beings. And so we're not alone going through life, and we're certainly not alone going through the hard things. And so ask and ye shall receive. You never know, like, what that brings. Sometimes that's earth angels, sometimes that's knowledge and wisdom and answers to questions and problems and that kind of stuff. And so I would really invite you to ask for help via prayer and that kind of stuff, but then also physically ask for help if you're having a rough time.
Perfect. Love it. Okay, beautiful, guys. What's our next question? Oh, wait. Before we go to next question, let's take a break. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to make the populace happy and take a station break here. This is DeEtte Renee with Missy Hart here on School Through Spirit with WLTK DB. We'll be back in a few.
Meet Nicole Strickland, one of the leading San Diego paranormal researchers. Nicole offers a gentle and humble approach to working with spirit energies. Being the founder of the San Diego Paranormal Research Society, Nicole is no stranger to the unknown. Due to Nicole's vast knowledge of the paranormal, she is widely sought after for speaking engagements on topics like Children of the Paranormal, Paranormal Investigation 101 and 102, History of Spiritualism, and more. Not only does Nicole research the afterlife, but also writes about it, and is the author of several books pertaining to the paranormal and its history. She has appeared on television shows like My Ghost Story, Travel Channel's Famously Afraid, Good Morning San Diego, and more. Have a conference or event coming up? Contact Nicole on her website, authornicolestrickland.com. That's authornicolestrickland.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to School Through Spirit. This is DeEtte Renee here on WLTK DB. I am back. Missy's here too. Hoot, hoot. I love it. I love it. Again, guys, I just want to put out there again, whether I've been able to on my own page because I'm running it, the computer, the phone. I'm learning to techie. I'm learning how to be techie here. I'm telling you, I'm doing all I can. Again, if you're on my private, my psychic, DeEtte Renee psychic mediumship page, please, if you want a reading, you need to go to WLTKDB. Talking to you guys up there on the top. I will see your comments there, your readings, your questions there, and me and Missy will address them or talk about them. Do your one question readings on both pages. So whether you're on mine and Missy's private pages or if you're on the station page, shoot us some hearts, those like buttons, those hearts, laughters, wows, whatever.
Love us, damn it. Love us.
All of it. Love us. Share us. Why? Because you know what? There's an algorithm thing out there in Facebook. You wonder why you don't see us. It's because we're not liking and loving people. The more even if you want to hate us, I'm good with whatever. True emotions are true emotions. But the more you do that, the more you're going to see us. Okay. So, please share. Love you. Love us. We love you.
Love us, damn it.
Love us, damn it. We need love. What's our next question today? Oh, Aaron. Aaron came on my page and thank goodness finally it came over. Will I get married anytime soon? Will I get married anytime soon? What do you think, Missy? I'm hearing the song Love Struck. I'm sorry. Sorry, Aaron. I think it's Love Struck.
Is it Arian or
Arian? sorry for massacring your name, but I'm hearing doo doo love struck baby. Ooh.
Um,
Um,
I don't see that at the
I
moment. I don't.
no, and I think that's why I'm hearing the
Are
song that
you
I'm
with
hearing.
someone? Like, are you
Well,
engaged? Are you like what?
that's why I'm hearing the song that I'm hearing because when I hear the song, I'm hearing somebody that's really, wanting to be with somebody, really infatuated with somebody, but it may not be coming back at you. You know what I mean? So it feels like maybe haven't either you're either in a partnered relationship and it hasn't gotten to that point yet, or you are looking for love and hoping for that because you're wanting that partner in your life, but it doesn't feel like it's right around the corner. It does not feel like it's right around the corner at all. Um, are you drinking tea, Missy? No, Missy left me. Oh my God, I'm all by myself again. Can you believe that? She just ups and goes. um, so with that, that's what I feel with that one. What is our next question? Let's see if I get Missy back because she left me again. Can you believe it? Or did I get booted out? No, I'm still in here. Todd, do I have another question? Do I have a Todd? Oops. Missy says, oops. She kicked herself out, guys. She kicked herself out, but she's coming back. So Todd, do we have another question on here? I'm looking up through the comments. I'm feeling very much by myself all of a sudden. I'm looking up. I got Missy back. I felt very alone. I'm like, Todd, do I have another question? There goes Missy. I'm by myself. I'm like, did I get kicked out of StreamYard?
I
Maybe
didn't
I
even
got
get
kicked out.
I didn't even get kicked out. I literally I don't know. I pushed the wrong button. Damn it.
That's okay.
Fat
Well, while I'm waiting
fingers.
for Todd, oh, here's Todd. Oh, I love that picture. Ashley writes, good to you. Happy I'm able to spend my morning with you all. What do I need to do to help my 13-year-old son trip? Blessings. Wow. Um, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So first things that are popping in my brain is that Trip is not going to respond to like how you would normally parent or
Yeah.
your natural parental instincts, which, sometimes are based on how we were raised, or I don't know, but I don't feel like Trip is going to respond to the normal ways of doing things. So I think you got to think outside of the box, um, and do things a little bit differently, if that makes sense. Um, is it possible to overhelp someone of our children? But that could be there too for me. Like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's exactly how I want to say it. Is sometimes we try to do too much, and we need to just let things kind of. I don't want to say let them go, but go with the flow a little bit more. Kind of like, my line usually for something like this would be like, don't swim against currents, that is exhausting. And so allow yourself to go with the flow a little bit more. Um, so it honestly feels like the more that I do, the more um, pushback I get almost or something,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like you need to sit down and cry with them. I don't know if that makes sense. It's almost like, I mean, I don't know. I know most parents. You know what? I'll tell you what. This is my own. I feel like I need to share my own personal experience when I was raising my kids. For most of the years, I tried to do it as that everybody said, you need to be a parent, not a friend. Blah blah blah. And I'll tell you what. I got nowhere. I got absolutely nowhere. My kids, they hit those teenage years, and nobody would talk to me. And I'm not saying doing it this way. I went to some extremes. But started doing things with my kids. Like I got my first tattoo at 35 because I couldn't get my son to really communicate because he was at that age. So, you know what? Me and him went and got tattoos together, and it kind of broke that ice. My daughter was more of a piercer, so it was like she wanted to get her belly button pierced. So we went and, she got her belly button pierced. I looked at him, I said, "Oh, let's do it. I mean, it's just my belly button." You know what I mean? And I did that. And it really started to break ice. Now, I'm not saying go to extremes like mortifying, like change the body appearance, but it's doing those things with those kids to, you know what, be a parent, but also be their friend or make them feel like you're not intruding on their life, but you're becoming one with their life, if that makes better sense. Because,
Like finding a way to connect.
finding that connection, if they're a skateboarder, go buy yourself a skateboard, get some practice so you don't break a leg and go jump on the skate park with them, whatever. I feel like Trip needs that partner and not so much a mother. If that I don't know if so you're being the mom 110%, but find those ways to connect on his level, his way of doing it, and then watch him open up because I feel like he needs a lot of crying. He needs a lot of all of that. And like, you know what? He needs somebody to cry with. So it's you and him crying together, not just him by himself. Um, I'm bringing that in. Yeah, play. She says, "I'm considering playing Fortnite." There you go. Be his partner with that, because I'll tell you what, if he's playing and all of a sudden he feels like he can swear, mom, you hear him say shit, and you look over and he's going, you go, ah, shit. You know what I mean? Like, give him that leeway, and that type of thing. Let him know that you guys are together on this. This is a journey you took together. Being a stronghold parent doesn't always work with all kids. Sometimes you
Yeah,
need to
he
do that
definitely.
connect,
I
and do it.
I'm gonna flat out recommend numerology here, or
There you
even
go. Oh,
like a natal chart or something, so you understand how Trip operates. Like I said, that the traditional things are not necessarily going to work here with this kid, and the more that you push, the more he's going to push back, and it's going to get, uncomfortable. So I think letting Trip really be himself, and of course guiding him. It is hard to find that balance with, like, we don't, we are parents. It's not our job to be their friends, but at the same time, you have to be very careful with that too.
yeah.
So, um, you
You
know,
still have the parental role, but that connection.
we came here with certain like innate qualities and personality traits and characteristics, and then our life basically happens, and it kind of sets into stone. Not really sets in stone, because we always have ways to change, but it contributes to those personality traits and pushes us to a positive or a negative end of whatever spectrum that is, right? So, like, I'm a Pisces, and Pisces are daydreamers. We're, naturally intuitive. We're martyry. We're very sensitive. We're very, whatever. And so it's like certain things in my life that have happened have just expounded on those things. So getting to know those innate personality traits and things like that he came here with is actually just an invaluable tool to help you understand how to interact with him better. My absolute favorite numerology book is The Life You Were Born to Live by Dan Millman. I think I have recommended that book more than any other book on the planet to, well, everyone. I recommend that book to everyone. It's a getting to know yourself, getting to know your children, getting to know your partner, getting to know your coworkers, and understanding those underlying things that make them tick. And
Right.
so it will just arm you with some good stuff. But I would recommend that.
Right. Oh, I love that. I just want to intercede for a second. Because on my personal page, a gentleman put on, and I'm going to call him a gentleman because he's not totally being a jerk. Well, kind of. But the last line he put was, "Psychic is another car warranty scam. Don't fall for it." I want to put in there, guys. Okay. To anybody that says that or thinks that or feels that, everybody is born psychic. Everybody. There is no scam in psychic. There is no made up BS in psychic. Everybody is born with the abilities. It is your innate nature to have this, okay? This is how you know when you get those feelings, I should do this, I should do that. Oh my God, moms feel things happening to their children. You know, you think see things happen, you just knew it was going to happen. You knew who was going to be on the phone call. All that stuff is psychic, okay? Don't take it into a different category. The difference is me and Missy have just put a lot of time and a lot of practice building these muscles so that we can see it for other people. Okay. So I hope if anybody's seeing those comments, questions, concerns on our page or somebody else's, please know that. Okay. Sorry, I had to put that out there. Sorry, Missy.
No, don't be. You're
It was
absolutely
like,
right.
oh, I got really upset for a second. Then I was like, you know what?
You
So
do know.
I don't mind the haters. I don't. You know what? Thank you for coming in and giving me attention. But it's, at the same time, I don't want people to think, whatever. What's the next question? Okay. It says, I am training in quantum healing hypnosis while working on a to grow a tree and bee business with my husband while working full-time jobs. It's been an uphill climb for years. Should I continue to focus first on the business? We are looking to be primarily income so we can make the switch to gain independence and free from serving others. Have have wondered if I'm causing issues with myself not focusing on my hypnosis first.
This is okay. The right answer to this question that you have is basically which one feels the greatest. And it's because um, primary income is really important. Some people need security, they need money, they need to know that they're stable. And some people don't give a rat's ass. Some people can live paycheck to paycheck and wander a little more freely than others. And that's just the facts of that, you know. So which one are you okay with? Security and stability is very important. And like I said, some people don't mind the paycheck to paycheck stuff. So you really have to just be very honest with yourself here as to which one you're okay with. You know, because and I explaining why this is so important. Whatever you're putting out there is what you're going to get back. So if you're putting out fear, 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 and not enough money, not enough money, not enough money, and holy shit, you know, this is whatever, then that is what life is going to mirror back to you. I mean, that is an absolute thing. It works. So you have to be just honest with yourself. You know, like, do I think that you're hurting yourself by not focusing on the hypnosis stuff? No, I don't. But I do believe that if you create that construct in your mind, if you create that that's, you know, making an issue, then you have to be really, really careful. I'm going to give this to you like in this example. Some people say you can't take like medications while trying to be a psychic, right? Like some people, I've actually read that in books. Have you ever heard this, DeEtte? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
Yeah.
you can't take medications because it's going to interfere with your psychic connection. And I had an anxiety panic disorder. I had to take medicine. I refuse. If I would have taken that bit of advice, it would have gotten in my way and I would not have been able to um, do what I'm doing because I would have set up a belief system that told me, well, as long as you're on these medications, you can't be a psychic. It's bullshit. I'm a psychic because, like DeEtte said, I'm naturally a psychic. I was born intuitive and I've just learned how to flex that muscle and grow it. So be very cautious with creating that, you know, construct for yourself. Like, are you hurting yourself? No, you're really not. You're just spending, it sounds like you have a whole lot of things going on. That's what it sounds like. And it
Mhm.
sounds like, I mean, there's only so much time in a day. And so you have to devote the time that you can to the things that are the most important. Me personally, as I'm sitting here with you and just thinking about it, I do believe the stability and the That kind of stuff is very important. If you're looking for a what should I do, I would say to, focus on the bread and butter, probably the most, but always make time for the other.
And you know what? I'm also seeing that once 110% exactly what Missy just said, but you know what? When you first started, Missy, I first read the question, and I read the question when it first got popped up. Of course, it got lost in my comments. And I really seen that hypnosis of having that. I can really see that as being a very viable income coming in for you. Like this is a success. So I do feel like that's something you do have to give some time and attention to. And it doesn't take a lot to, and maybe you can't do it as a brick and mortar office yet, but it doesn't take a whole lot to be able to do that. Get some business cards, get a Facebook page, get a website, whatever you want, and let that income come, flowing in. Because you know what? Let's say it, hypnosis sessions aren't exactly cheap. They're not exactly always cheap. So that income can really help to, the stability of feeding the other, the business between you and your husband, and really kind of become a combined growth type. You can also do like, I'm seeing an umbrella. So it's almost like an umbrella thing. So you have this umbrella of the bees and this and that, but undermining that wellness as a hypnosis, as a wellness thing, as the bees and things of that nature are a wellness. I don't know if that helps you, but really bringing that all together. She says, working hard to help or stop putting fear out there. My husband is like the Tasmanian devil while I'm trying to create calm. I love that. Here you go. Hypnotize the husband and work in that direction. But I really do feel like they can feed each other to really bring us support.
Well, and the deal with the not putting the fear out there, um, if stability is important to you, it just is, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so it's not like words are. We've learned to like sugarcoat shit with words. You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna put out that I'm gonna use money. It's just the easiest example, really, but so here you are, you're living broke, you're worried about stuff, but you're putting out the words that I'm going to be abundant. I'm abundant and money flows freely to me, right?
Mhm.
While you're watching the bills come in and while you're worried about being able to buy your kids some new shoes or getting groceries on the table or whatever. And so you're going to put these words out there, but your actual feeling about money and stuff is going to be yuck in the pit of your gut. And so you have to remember that it's the feeling that you put out that is the most important thing. So put out there's nothing wrong with wanting stability and security. There's nothing wrong with that. So, DeEtte just said that you can totally, do that as a side gig. You can. I'm not, I don't know. You can do that as a side gig and start to make some money, maybe while you're doing the other stuff. I do think that you need to do both, but don't worry so much about the not putting fear out there.
Mhm.
Worry about finding that balance of security. Does that make sense? Like, I just want to make sure that you know how to do that properly. I think this is where people mess things up, is like they start to sugarcoat shit with
Yeah.
words. I mean, it's really what they do. It's like, so I mean, I know this is a horrible analogy, but it honestly just makes so much sense. Like, so you're walking down the road and you see a pile of dog crap. Do you want it? No. Now let's take that same pile of dog crap and sprinkle sugar on top of it. Do you want it now? Uh,
No.
no. You
No.
know, and
No,
so
you make it big and fluffy, I might.
so when it comes to putting out things, it's like, when we're just saying positive words to actually mask how we feel, it just doesn't freaking work. It's still crap.
You need to
But
feel it.
you right. So you just coming into that space of accepting that this is who you are and just, blanket do everything. I mean, just, start doing the hypnosis step. But yeah, you're not hurting yourself. Everything is all good. Focus on the security because it's important. And when you have that feeling of security, and that's going to ease your mind, and that's just going to very naturally allow more things to come your way.
Yeah. 110%. She said she created her email this morning. So I love that.
Oh,
Love
so
that.
speak. That is so,
I love
Lisa,
it.
I
See,
love that.
she already knew what her answer was before she asks us. And that's how it usually is. People know. You know. We're just here to confirm what you already know.
Yeah,
You know what I
basically,
mean?
we're just validating you and all of
Right.
this stuff that,
110%. 110%. What's next? Who's next? Oh, we got time for like one more. One more quick one. I cannot believe it's 10:53 already.
the time just flies. It's
I
insane.
know. Oh, he says sorry. Producer said no more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to say time for one quick one. Time for one quick one. Really quick. Who's got a short one out there?
I'll scroll through super, super quick.
Super quick. Who's got a quick one? Okay. Kathleen Cardillo. Can you tell me anything about my 5-year relationship? Man, I like it. It makes me feel giggly, happy. It does. There's a playfulness about it. I love it. And I looked at the picture and it just feels when I look at the picture, I hope this is you and your honey here, Kathleen. Um, he feels very serious, but underneath he feels like there's a lot of giggliness or there's a happiness, there's a joyful thing with that is what I'm feeling when I look at that. Um, thank you. I'm also feeling like there's a whole lot, God, I just feel like there's like you've been working on communication. It feels like you need to keep working on that communication level, is what it feels like to me. Like, because like you're learning to listen, but not always communicating. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Um,
What I want to say is I don't know what your past issues have been or, whatever, but I feel like there's this on guard kind of vibe, right? Just like I feel like I'm on guard and I feel like I need to know that I'm safe and it's safe for me to, give this person my love and it's safe for me to accept love in return. I think that is a really important thing to this. It's like it's safe for me to accept the love that I'm being offered. You may push people away sometimes or, something like that. So I think you just need to know that it is safe. That's where I'm going. That's what I
I
got.
don't- no, I like that because I do think that you know what I think that's very valid, 110%. 110%. So, oh my God, Missy, it's been a great hour, a couple of hours.
It has. I cannot believe that it's been that long already.
I know. I feel like we could do this forever. Like, you know,
Just forever.
well, it's not forever. I think we're back in a month or so, a little over a month together.
Yeah, this is a
I
regular
can't
thing, guys.
I
This is
can't get
a
it.
regular thing.
Missy one day went, I want to be I said I got a regular house numerologist. And she goes, I want to be your house psychic. I'm like, bet, let's do this. I don't even know if I told her the dates yet, all of them.
No, but whatever. I'm available. It's a Monday morning. I'm available.
She's available. So great, you guys. We are going to be back again and again and again doing this because I love to do this. I love the fact that we get more and more people each time. Today we can't even get to all of the questions. Where the first time we didn't have enough to fill an hour. Now we got too many and we need an extra hour. So, how do people find you, my dear? How do they find you?
All right, guys. So you can find me on Facebook, of course, Missy Hart Intuitive Medium, or head to my website, missyhart.com. Right now, I am running a 20% off all sessions and gift certificates for the holidays. And so the coupon code is actually share, I think. I don't know, share 20. And then share gift 20 is the coupon code for the gift certificate. So there are two. If you look on my Facebook page, like you're totally going to see the stuff, so look it up just in case I messed you up, but just that easy, missyhart.com. And that's it. Thank you so much for having me, DeEtte. It has been a blast as always.
I love having you. You don't even know. You're like my bestie on this. I love it. I love it. I can't get enough of you.
Super fun. was super fun.
And everybody, you can find me, DeEtte, here at www.deetterenee.com. As always, I love doing this. I love being with you guys. Just so you guys know, I won't be on next week. I will not be on next week. Why? Because I'm not going to have probably that good of service over in Punta Cana, and that's where I'm going. Me and the family are taking a trip, and we're going to go relax on the beach. I might see if I can do a Facebook Live, but obviously I won't be able to do the show. I do want to let you know I will be back in 2 weeks, which is Monday the 13th with Amy M. Burness, and she is going to talk about the book that she has just published. So thank you, everybody, for joining me and Missy today here on School Through Spirit. This has been DeEtte Renee with WLTKDB.com.